After writing over 2,500 YouTube hooks for clients who've generated millions in revenue from organic content, I've identified the exact 4-part structure that separates videos that convert from videos that flop. This is the same framework Symone used to book 250 sales calls in 14 days, and the same one Eddie Cumberbatch used to scale from 54K a month to over 430K a month in just 4 months. And I'm gonna break it down for you with real examples so you can swipe it and adapt it for your own videos. Last thing I'll say before I jump onto my computer and screen share, your hook has one job: to keep people watching. You have less than 30 seconds to prove your video is worth their time. Okay, that's it. No more rambling. Let me hop on the computer. Before we dive into the framework, there's one critical thing you need to understand, and it's that B2C videos can have longer hooks, but B2B videos need to go straight to the point faster, just like this video is doing. So for B2C content like biz ops, coaching for individuals, tech careers, you can take like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, even sometimes 1 minute if you're really good at writing the hooks to build it up, because you're often selling a transformation or a lifestyle change. So your audience has like more patience because they're more emotionally invested into the outcome. For B2B, like agency services or B2B coaching, consulting, SaaS, you need to deliver value in the first 10 to 15 seconds, or just be very straight to the point, because business owners are very busy. They're scrolling through YouTube looking for solutions to specific problems. If you don't tell them what the video is about immediately and establish some form of credibility, they're gone. Again, look at the hook for this very guide. I didn't waste any time with the story or build up. I just went straight into the credibility and the promise. I said after writing over 2,500 YouTube hooks, that's B2B, fast, direct, valuable. Now here's the 4-part structure that works for both B2B and B2C. So number one, you're going to want to relate to the viewer. So you're going to start with their current situation or a problem they're facing. And don't worry, I'm about to break down like specific examples for like multiple videos we've created. Next, you're going to want to establish credibility. So you're going to show proof you've achieved what they want. And then number 3, you're going to tell them what they'll get. So you're going to be specific about the value you're going to provide in the video. And then number 4, you're going to add the hook. So give them their dream result without the pain. What I mean by add the hook is like this last sentence. You'll see exactly what I mean right now. So here's an example for a video I made promoting my old coaching program. So this video is titled "How I Made $6,000 in 23 days with my content agency as a complete beginner." So here's the hook. When I first started my content agency, I had 0 experience, 0 portfolio, and 0 connections. So what I'm doing right there is I'm relating straight to the viewer. They're thinking, damn, that's me, I have no experience, etc. And then next, I'm saying in just 23 days, I was able to make $6,000. So that's the credibility. And I pop up a screenshot on screen to back up the claim. This is a specific, impressive result that establishes authority. It's not a vague promise, it's a hard number. And then I tell them exactly what they'll get. So I say, today, I'm going to show you exactly how I landed my first clients and built my business from scratch, all while learning the ropes as I went. And the best part, I did this working just 3 to 4 hours a day from my laptop while in college at 17 years old. So this is the little hook part at the end that I was talking about. Basically, this is the dream result without the pain. It counters common belief that you need to work 80-hour weeks to be successful, which just isn't true. So here's another hook breakdown. I find it's much easier to teach things using live examples and also like showing results. So this is our client Eddie. While working with us, he made $1.8 million through our organic content. So this is the hook. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to start and scale to 10K a month as a growth operator in 2024. This is a full-length, in-depth growth operating course for free. Growth operating has completely changed my life and has allowed me to go from broke and living with roaches just a few years ago to now making over $100,000 profit per month at the age of 19. Right away, he's relating with them. He's saying broke and living with roaches. Now the order is like slightly jumbled a little bit, but it's still in that first like 10, 20 seconds. So he's saying broke, living with roaches. This is powerful, although not everybody's going to relate directly to like the living with roaches part. Most people can relate with the fact that they don't have money or they're unable to change their situation. This is a powerful, relatable image of hitting rock bottom, and it creates an emotional connection with anybody who's struggled financially, roaches included or not. Next up, he establishes credibility. He says he's making over 100K a month profit at the age of 19. This is an insane level of credibility, and because his number is so specific, and of course it's a big number for 19-year-olds, it makes it even more powerful. And then he tells them what they'll get. So he's going to show them exactly how to start and scale to 10K a month as a growth operator in 2024. So the promise is crystal clear. It's a step-by-step guide to achieving a specific income goal. And then finally, for the last part, we're saying it's a full-length, in-depth growth operating course for free. This kind of ties into the what they'll get section, but basically we're just showing them the sheer amount of value that's being offered for free. That's the hook and the bait. It removes any barrier to entry and makes the viewer feel like they're getting an incredible deal. This is one of our signature video formats, and we've replicated this across many different niches: drop shipping, how to get a tech job, how to get into Ivy Leagues, like how to make a clothing brand, literally every single niche, how to scale a marketing agency, you name it, we've done it. I even made one for myself that's already making us money. By the way, if you want a downloadable version of this document that you're seeing on screen, just click the link in the description. You just have to opt in and then I'll send it straight to your email. So now going on to hook number 3, we have Symone B's. So here's the hook. Getting a job in the tech industry can be one of the most frustrating and challenging things that you could ever have to do. Yes, there's thousands of tech job opportunities that are posted every single day, but because of the benefits and high salaries, there's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people applying to the exact same jobs as you every single day. But what if there was something that you could do to apply to tech jobs that have low competition? And these low competition tech jobs are actually the best jobs that you can land. If you want to be that person that everybody wonders, how did you land that 6-figure tech job without having to fight with everybody else? Then make sure you stay and watch this video to the end, because I'll show you everything you need to know about exactly how to find these jobs. So this hook is very, very powerful. Like at the time, this was even during the starting phases of our channel with working with Symone. We helped her go from 7,000 subscribers to over 100,000 in just under 2 years. And she's clearing a lot of money as well. I'll just leave it at that. 250 sales calls booked every 14 days practically. So here's the breakdown of the hook. We're relating with the audience. Again, the order is slightly jumbled out, but to start, we're relating with the audience. So we're saying frustrating and challenging, hundreds of thousands of people applying. We're basically just showing them that like the method that they're trying to use right now of applying a job, like it's patched, like it doesn't work. You know, everybody's applying for these jobs. Everybody wants a job. Everybody wants a 6-figure job at that. So you need to shift and go towards a low competition role. But we're relating to them. We're saying it's frustrating and challenging. We're showing them that we understand their struggles. And then next we establish credibility. So actually for this video, we didn't address it in the hook. It was like a bit later. We showed some pictures of her working overseas, etc., I believe. However, you can see through her confidence that she knows what she's talking about. Although I don't usually advise this, with this one, we just didn't want to draw out the hook any longer than it already was because it was already pretty long. So we just weaved the social proof naturally like within the content. But generally, for the most part, you want to include it in the hook. From there, we told them exactly what they'll get, because what you need to understand is that whenever somebody clicks a video, they're thinking to themselves, okay, is this going to be worth 8 minutes and 34 seconds, right? They're thinking there's a million other videos on YouTube, but there's also a million other things they could be doing with their time. So you need to make sure that they know that clicking on this video is a good use of their time and that they actually didn't get clickbaited. So you have to tell them what they're going to get in the video. And then from there, we're hooking them in by saying they need to apply to tech jobs that have low competition. This is like a unique mechanism. It's the equivalent of like putting a cool name on an already old term. So for example, let's say like freelance brand scaling, you know, that's just running an e-com marketing agency. It's not, or just running Facebook ads for businesses. So here, instead of just saying how to apply to a tech job, we're saying how to apply to a tech job that has low competition. It's unique. And this is also very easy to understand. It doesn't have some like complicated name to the mechanism. It's just very straightforward. People know that tech is a very high competitive space. So to have a method to reliably find low competition roles is very enticing and got 166,000 people to click. And if you think about it, all of these views are practically qualified, because who's going to search up how to find a tech job? Somebody who wants a tech job. And what is Symone's offer? She helps people get into tech. We're also ranking right now for how to get into tech. If you search that up, we're ranking first and second and sometimes third, as long as you're on like a US VPN, even if you're on an incognito tab. So next up, we have Daniel Fazio's $5 million VSL video. So here's the hook. I made the most hilariously effective VSL of all time, and I've used the exact same structure and scripting framework to drive about $5 million of business through this right now. The example I want to give you in this video is for this one specific VSL on my placement offer. On 3 separate occasions so far, my sales team has come to me and said, this person's going to buy, but they really want to talk to you because they really like the video and they want to find out how you're doing this. In this one, it's slightly different. So here the relatability and credibility kind of tie in together. So we're relating to the audience by saying like, we have a sales team. We're relating to the audience by saying like, we're running a business in that sense. And honestly, for this video, we didn't really have to do too much more there. You know what I mean? It's a pretty straightforward video. But then for credibility, we say we made $5 million through this VSL or this VSL framework. We're also establishing credibility by saying we have a sales team, which implies that he's good at marketing because he has enough deal flow to not need to take the calls himself. Obviously, $5 million is pretty impressive, so people are enticed by that. And then from there, we tell them what they'll get, which is the exact structure and scripting framework that led to these results. Using this verbiage, it shows that it's a very repeatable system. So this is what attracts people, right? People don't want a luck of the draw VSL. They want a VSL framework that works day in and day out. And then for the hook here, we're saying, you know, it's hilariously effective, right? We're basically just catching people's attention by saying how effective the VSL framework is. It just creates immense curiosity and people want to know what could possibly go into this VSL structure and framework that makes it so repeatable and so fruitful. In terms of common hook mistakes to avoid, you need to avoid delaying the topic. So don't make your hook super dragged out or like wait super long. I was actually watching a video earlier today. It wasn't a free course video, it was a case study breakdown, and it was like an hour and a half long. And he actually didn't get into the meat and potatoes of the video until like 37 minutes into the video. Like I wanted to hear what the dude had to say, so I skipped ahead, but like it was so dragged out and I wasted like 7 minutes at first watching it on 1.5x speed. And I was like, dude, when is this guy going to get into it? He did a CTA like basically right after the hook and it was super long. And then he was just talking about a ton of stuff. Like if he just didn't delay it, like I'm sure the video would have made much more money. Next, don't be too vague. So don't say things like, I'm going to show you how to be successful. You know, in my hook that I was showing you at the start, I was saying, I'm going to show you how I made $6,000 in 23 days. It's very specific. It builds credibility and curiosity. Also, these numbers I'm saying, the target demographic can relate to them a lot. So at the time, I was mainly working with like lower level sort of content agencies and helping them scale up. Most of them were starting below 10K a month and they wanted to cross that. So if I came in here and said, I've made like multiple seven figures, like of course that's going to bring people in, but it's a lot more of a believable claim and achievable claim. And people tend to have low confidence within themselves. So making claims that are more within grasp and like downplaying your work is sometimes a good thing. Now, of course, always want to do this. And of course, you also don't want to do the opposite direction, which is like you overinflate your claims. Never do that. Always remain truthful. YouTube is cracking down a lot on people making monetary claims and false claims. So whenever you make any claims like this in a video, just make sure to actually pop up a screenshot on screen. Next, you need to provide a clear benefit. So somebody needs to know why they should watch your video. They need to know like what's in it for them. But if you can't answer that question like within the first like 5, 10, 15 seconds, they're basically gone, because people are somewhat rightfully so selfish. Like they're very selfish with their time. They want to know, is this going to be worth the next 10, 20, 30 minutes, however long your video is? So if you're not making it extremely clear to them, they're going to bounce to the next video. They're going to go scroll on TikTok. You know, they have a million other things on their mind. And finally, you need to make sure that you're not lacking credibility. So whenever someone clicks on their video, they're thinking, should I even listen to this guy? So you really need to make sure you show credibility and give people a reason to trust you. This can be done through like specific results, years of experience, social proof, client testimonials, etc. Another tip, we don't actually do this on most videos. We do this on VSLs, but not really YouTube videos, although you could, is you can speed up your hooks by like 1.1 or max 1.15 speed to increase consumption. Just make sure that the left and right audio channels are equal. So you can do this on Premiere Pro super easily. And then you have to pitch down the audio because otherwise it would be high pitched. If you want to know what to do next, I suggest you watch my free course. It's only 25 minutes long. If you put it on 2x speed, that's like 12.5 minutes. It breaks down our entire YouTube process. So you can go ahead, implement it yourself, or you can just work with me on a done for you basis. You need to be making like 20, 25 grand a month, like minimum. A lot of our clients are much more above that as well. Like we just onboarded someone at 200K a month. We have a few clients doing 7 figures a month. As long as you're just minimum 30K a month, we can help you get clients through YouTube. Ideally, you're selling high ticket, so above $3,000, and you have some social proof. So your product needs to actually work. As long as you fit that criteria, I can make you money through YouTube. So just click the first link in the description if you want to work with me, apply, and then if you're a good fit, we'll talk on a call and map out your whole YouTube growth plan. One last thing to mention, if you want to download this guide, like I said earlier, it's going to be the second link in the description. Just remember, your future clients are searching for you on YouTube right now, so make sure they find you first.